No. I think Pop is responsible for the 25-point advantage they had, the 23-point lead they had when the guy went out. Let me go to, I'm going too far saying no, in no way responsible. I may give him 2% of the blame because I thought David Lee should have been on the court more in the second half. The guy had 7 rebounds in 16 minutes. I think he was a plus 13, plus minus. I can blame him for that. Everything else, you lose your best player on the road to one of the best teams in the history of the NBA. I'm not surprised they blew the lead.
I think Popovich, and before the game he's talking about Trump. Popovich is feeling it right now. Everybody's telling Popovich he's great. This is why he can treat people poorly. This is why he can treat the media poorly. He's on top of the world. He's untouchable. He's bulletproof. He's ripping Trump. He's talking politics. You do that when you think you're invincible. And I think we've come to a point with Popovich, and we've done this with Belichick, as if he can do no wrong. You go a couple years ago to the AFC Championship in Denver, Belichick should have kicked field goals. They lost that game because he didn't. That was not great coaching, period. You know, Popovich makes mistakes too. If Kawhi Leonard, he got hurt before this play, Kawhi's had injuries here now for about a week and a half, and Pop's playing around, on, off. Some of this is Pop.
Some of what?
You make some great points about Pop. He does make mistakes. I think he's obviously a terrific coach.
Yes.
We can go back to the Ray Allen shot. Why wasn't Tim Duncan on the court? So he makes mistakes. But for this game yesterday, I can't blame him. Like you said, maybe 2-3%. What team losing their best player, already without their starting point guard, is going to be able to hold off the Golden State Warriors? I mean, we knew a run was coming. Now, whether it would have put him on over the top, that was the question. But we knew a 3-point onslaught was coming. I don't think Pop could have done anything to stop it.
And we always talk about San Antonio, they didn't score because Kawhi Leonard went out the game. Well, in the first quarter, he scored 30 points. Second quarter, 32 points. Even in that third quarter, without the full display of Kawhi, you scored 28 points. Yeah. But what you didn't do was play defense. That's the issue. You give up 7 offensive rebounds. You turn the ball over 6 times. A lot of those turnovers were live ball turnovers that led to fast breaks or 3-on-2 opportunities for Golden State. So where they really lost it, too, in the second half, you knew Golden State was going to knock down shots. You knew they were going to stop turning the ball over. But what happened defensively, they gave up the easy opportunity. When you play against Golden State, 2 things you got to take away, to me. Transition and easy baskets, and you got to keep them off the free throw line. That second half, Golden State was able to feel comfortable. They were able to spot up and hit shots, get out in transition. To me, that's kind of where they failed. If you're struggling offensively with your best player out, you better lock down and play some defense.
He's their best defender, too.
But here's the thing. But as a team, their team is built around structured team defense. Team defense.
Analytically, they're better off
when Kawhi is not on the floor.
On the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
This is not LeBron. This is not LeBron. Didn't play in 8 games for the Cavs. They were 0-8 and got blown out 6 times. The Spurs were 8-1 without Kawhi. Like, he doesn't pass. He doesn't elevate your offense. If he didn't score, this system would score a majority of the points he doesn't score. He's a very good player. Let's not make him LeBron that he's off the court, the team implodes.
Yeah, and this comeback could have happened with Kawhi on the court. Anyway, remember earlier in the season or a couple months ago, they were down 22 in the first quarter. Kawhi was on the court.
You're in hyper. No way in hell you believe they lose this game if Kawhi finishes. You don't believe that.
I believe Golden State rallies. They did it in the regular season. They were down 22 in the first quarter.
That's right, they did.
Kawhi played, and they rallied and won by 12.
Halfway through the third quarter, they were up 23.
This is what Golden State does.
Golden State struggled against Utah and Portland in Game 1. They don't play well. In fact, I would argue the biggest rivalry for Golden State is apathy. Yeah. They got 4 Hall of Famers, and they know it. That kid off the bench shoots better threes than anybody on San Antonio, not named Danny Green. I mean, I think Golden State struggles with themselves. And I think what you saw, I absolutely felt Kawhi or not, this will be a 5-point game late.
I agree.
I absolutely felt
Whether they would have got over the top and won, that's a question, but they were coming back.
No way in hell they win that game if Kawhi Leonard's on the court. And again, were they going to make a run? Yeah.
A week ago, you would have said no way they beat Houston in Houston.
By 40.
Game 6 by 40 without Kawhi Leonard.